So Greekgodx is someone who's pretty popular over on Twitch, and he's had some controversy. Yesterday he got banned, and some people are saying it's because of a very controversial clip that came out, which I'm about to play for you in a second, but he says that there's another reason. So here's the clip.
Women who want to date me, especially female streamers that want to date me, okay? If you want to date me, you better believe I will be even if you're streaming, you're going to have to stop streaming. Streaming is ended for you. Your career is done.
So we're already starting off pretty bad, and trust me, it gets pretty much worse from here.
Okay? I will stream while you cook for me and you clean for me, and you look after the children, while I gain all the money, and I give it to you, and I give it to our children for a healthy, secure life. Okay? That's how I want to run my life. Okay? That's my life that I want to do it. Now, it's up to you and other people in their other worlds, whatever they want to do. But my reality, I'm going to sit here, earn all the money. You're going to be in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, and making sure my home is fucking clean. And I'm going to make sure we have money so we can have a home. And you have a place to sleep at night. Okay? Because it's called working together. Okay? Alright? Okay? Because streaming, I believe it or not, is mentally damaging to my mind.
So yeah, the way Twitch works, I don't know why you would say something like that. Just, you know how Twitch is, you know how their safety council or whatever it's called works. You know that, like, you can't really say things like that. So for you to come on and be that aggressive, look, when you say, oh, I just want a traditional marriage, there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. But where it does go wrong is when you're like, oh, I'm going to say it mad aggressive, I'm going to get in your face about it, and this is what will happen. We won't talk about it. If you date, this will happen. You don't have any input, and that's where I think you went wrong, man. Now, do I think this is what got him banned? No. Alright. Well, I think it was a mixture of twerking and that. It was mostly that. I really say that because I doubt they cared that much about twerking, right? He even came out in a tweet that said that it was because of twerking, responding to streamer band's bot announcement. And honestly, it's just so obviously not true that he got banned for twerking on stream. That's just not true at all in the slightest. Okay? I mean, it's honestly confusing how he would expect people to believe that. Like, what would make, like, you clearly made this thing look like, if you're a guy on Twitch, you have to watch what you say. If you're a girl on Twitch, you have to watch what you say. But you're a lot less likely to be banned. I mean, we've seen, some women do crazy things, like, basically goat-see themselves live on stream, and they just got away with it. And Alinity had a slip, like, I want to say 2 years ago, and she ended up having to give herself a 3-day ban because Twitch didn't do anything about it. And it's just things that nature, and especially with Dear Girl coming to the platform and her views on gamers as a whole, saying they're all misogynists, basically just having a negative view on gamers, and her being a high-level executive on Twitch, right? I called her Dear Girl, don't know her name. I'll add it in if I find it. But you gotta watch yourself, alright? That's a big thing. You just have to watch yourself. You can't just go out there spewing whatever. Is this the worst take in the world? Again, no, right? Because essentially all it is I want a traditional marriage. But the aggression of it and the crux of what he was saying and how he was framing that. Framing it is extremely important when you're talking about pretty much any subject, right? Because I could have been on here and been like, Greekgodx had an extremely misogynistic rant. Or I could have been like, oh, Greekgodx had an extremely based rant, right? And the way I frame that might influence somebody's opinion. I don't know how much influence I really have over people's opinions, but still, it could have an effect on somebody. So he should have been more cognizant of that, because again, it brings us back to responsibility that you have when you have a platform. Because there's probably some kid out there that was watching Greekgodx was like, yeah, we're not even going to consult about it, right? This is going to be how it be. This will be how it's going to be no matter what. And while it's good to have like standards and ways that you want to live your life and ways that you want to have an engagement in a relationship, there's still that level of, hey, like you have to be, sensitive to what your partner needs and how your partner feels. And when you think like that and when you phrase it like that, it sort of gives off the feeling of, no, I don't care, doesn't matter, it's my way or the highway. Which, again, I mean, it's your life really, but it's just a weird thing to do, in my personal opinion. I don't know how long he's going to be banned. It shouldn't be too long. In my personal opinion, like, should probably bring him back today. As for how long it's actually going to be, minimum 3 days, maximum 2 weeks. 2 weeks would be insane, but you never know with Twitch, honestly. Twitch has been in this weird state of flux lately, weird, sort of semi-negative relationship with its creators. It's kind of odd. I don't know what is really going on over there. There might just be a lot of internal turmoil, and so they can't really deal with, hey, like, our public images like this. And I've been critical of Twitch in the past. I think it's a very good tool, and I think that, this is a showing of a situation that could be handled a lot better. Now, of course, if this guy had not gotten banned, there more than likely would have been like an outcry of, hey, why is this guy not banned? He's saying all this misogynistic stuff, just people just focusing on the most ridiculous thing. I'll be honest, I never heard of Greekgodx before this, right? I did a little bit of looking into it. Seems like an alright streamer, I mean, clearly he's doing something right. He's very big over on Twitch. He's a partner. I'm not a partner on Twitch, I don't stream on there. But he clearly has built up a following for himself. And I think he'll be back. And, tomorrow, everybody will be over this situation. Because it's not that big of a deal. And there will be, the hangers-on that are like, oh, this is still such a serious issue. If he get away from this, he should be deplatformed completely. He should lose his platform. There's always going to be those people, right? No matter what. And for the most part, you and me are just going to ignore them. Maybe. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to be like, oh, whatever. Because while the guy was, wrong in how he said it, me personally, I'm not going to say like, oh, you can't live your life this one specific way, or that you have to live your life this specific way, because at the end of the day, I don't care. Just live your life to the fullest. That's always how I've seen things. And Asmongold pretty much said something similar to that effect, like, it's none of my business, live your life how you want to. It's just, the phrasing of it was just wacky, and I feel like he was just in this really emotional moment, and he really didn't have time to sit there and collect his thoughts, right? Because you're on Twitch, you're live. Like, with this, I can edit it. If I say something I don't want and I don't want to leave it in there, I can just take it out. With Twitch, you're constantly live, and what you say is out there because there's always someone recording, right? That's how this clip got out there in the first place. Someone was recording the stream, just waiting for them to say something crazy. It's with any big streamer, whether it be Amaranth or Hassan, there's always somebody watching and waiting for you to slip up. This actually went a lot longer than I expected it to. I was expecting this to be like 5 minutes, and we're at around 9, but I have said everything that I wanted to say surrounding this whole subject, so thank you all for watching. I really do truly appreciate it. Goodbye.